I had moved from Florida to Chicago just a few months ago. Got a new job in Illinois. It was a corporate office, big name, big people. I was excited. New life, new city, everything fresh. While searching for an apartment, I found an old Victorian-style building in the Logan Square area. On a corner, kind of a shady street. But the rent was cheap, and the space was decent. The landlord said, "Only the attic is locked, don't open it." I laughed. Who even needs an attic? Move-in day. Chilly September air. Brown leaves scattered on the sidewalks. The apartment felt cozy from inside. Wooden floors, creaky but warm. There was a faint smell of old paint coming from the kitchen. The bathroom mirror had scratches. But I didn't care. I was just excited. While unpacking boxes at night, I noticed for the first time, in one corner of the ceiling, a small wooden hatch. The attic door. I remembered what the landlord said, but curiosity gave me a little itch. Next morning I went to the office. New faces, new cubicle. But my mind was stuck on the attic. During lunch break, while grabbing coffee, I asked my coworker Sarah, "Have you ever been inside an old attic?" She laughed and said, "Only in horror movies. In real life, it's just raccoons up there." I laughed too. But deep down, I felt a tiny thrill. That night when I came back home, the building was eerily quiet. Neighbors were in their flats. An old lady downstairs was knitting. I went straight to my bedroom and kept looking at the ceiling. That hatch, like it was staring back at me. I placed a chair and opened the hatch. A cloud of dust fell on my face. Dry air and dirt. It was pitch black inside. Just a faint smell of wood. I turned on my phone's flashlight and climbed in. The attic was small. Slanted roof, exposed beams. Cobwebs in the corners. And in the middle, a brown box. Old, with leather straps. Covered in layers of dust. I opened the box. Inside, plastic toy soldiers. A red fire truck. And a stuffed rabbit. All used, worn out. Like a child once played with them with so much love. I smiled. Cute. Then I pulled out a photograph. A little boy. In a red hoodie. Smiling. But under the photo it said, "Ray, age 5. My heart skipped a beat. Because I had never even lived in this state. And these toys, this photo, they were mine. It was me. That night I couldn't sleep. I just kept staring at the photo. I had grown up in Tampa. I had never been to Illinois. Then how was my photo here? Next morning I went to the office. But I couldn't concentrate. In every screen reflection I saw that red hoodie boy. Tiny little flashes. Once when I looked in the bathroom mirror, a small shadow ran behind me. I turned around, nothing was there. On the weekend I went to the Chicago Public Library to check old property records. There I found a yellowed newspaper clipping from 1993. Local house fire claims family of 3. 1 child missing. The address. It was my apartment. The child's name was Raymond Carter. Age 5. My legs froze. That was me. That night I locked the attic and flushed the key down the toilet. But that night, in the corner of my bedroom, the same stuffed rabbit was sitting. The one I had left in the attic. Its button eyes were staring at me. And on its lap was a note. play with me, like before. Over the next few days I stopped going to the office. I just stayed home, paranoid. There were footsteps from the ceiling. Sometimes a faint humming, like a lullaby. Once the old lady neighbor said, "I saw lights in your attic last night." I stayed silent. I decided I would open the attic and throw everything out. I climbed back up. But this time, the attic was bigger, much bigger. Like a full playroom inside. Crayon drawings on the walls. "Welcome home, Ray" written in red, and it didn't look like paint. Then the toys started moving on their own. The soldiers began marching. The stuffed rabbit stood straight. And it whispered, "You came back." I tried to run down, but the hatch slammed shut. I pushed hard, but the wood started melting. The floor below disappeared. Just black void. And in that black stood a smaller version of me, wearing a red hoodie. His eyes were empty. He reached out his hand. "Come home, forever." I kept screaming. Then everything went black. When I woke up, I was on a hospital bed at Cook County Hospital. The police told me the building had burned down 3 days ago. There hadn't been any apartment there at all. Just an old burned out shell. I insisted. "Check the attic." They said there was no attic and Raymond Carter was never found. A week later, I was flying back to Florida, sitting in the airport lounge. My phone buzzed. There was an unknown notification. "Live feed, attic cam active." I clicked on it. On the screen, it was my apartment's attic. And in the middle, the red hoodie boy. Looked just like me, only smaller. He looked at the camera and smiled. And the screen flashed a message. "Welcome home. Forever." New students' first day. Always nerve-wracking. But when Alex walked into the halls of Hawthorne High, a strange tension seemed to settle over everyone. Lunchroom. Students were sitting at their usual tables. Football team table, cheerleaders, theater kids, and the nerdy table. Alex alone, in the corner, with a notebook and headphones. "Who's the new kid?" whispered Maya, the cheerleader, who was also a little nosy. No answer came. Alex just smiled and opened his notebook. But there was a strange sharpness in his eyes. Like he was seeing everything. First period. History class. Mr. Thompson was writing on the blackboard with chalk. Most students' attention was on their phones. Alex quietly opens his notebook and starts drawing. The usual scene, but then his pen stops. Next day, Maya's diary got opened. And everyone found out about her most embarrassing crush. Everyone laughed. And Maya's face turned red. "Wait, how did this happen?" whispered her friend, Jenna. And then everyone noticed. Alex was just there, quietly observing. Small secrets started leaking. The football team's prank secret. The theater kids' cheating scandal. Even the teacher's little gossip. Everyone was confused. Who was telling, and how? Ethan, a senior football player, became suspicious as Alex took an interest. "Something's off with that kid," whispered Ethan. Things escalated. After Maya's diary incident, students' trust was broken. Social media posts mysteriously hinted at secrets. Even Ethan's private messages were exposed on the school's public board. Hawthorne High. The fear factor started rising. Paranoia spread among students. No one knew Who was safe? And who was going to be Alex's next target? Ethan decided he had to investigate. He followed Alex after school, down to the old Hawthorne diner, famous for its pies and Friday night hangouts. Alex quietly sat at a corner booth, jotting notes. But Ethan noticed something unusual. Alex pulled out a small black device. Not like a phone or tablet. This device seemed to connect directly to students' personal info. Alex suddenly looked up. Curious, aren't you? Ethan froze. Alex knew. In front of Ethan. Failed grades. Embarrassing childhood moments. Even private fears he had never shared. Ethan realized Alex didn't just know secrets. Alex used them to manipulate reality. Football team captain mysteriously injured during practice. Everyone blamed his secret arrogance. Theater play sabotaged. Actors' secrets leaked, causing chaos backstage. Hawthorne High descended into paranoia. Students whispered in hallways. Trust was gone. Teachers were scared. Parents worried. Ethan decided confront Alex directly. He walked into the empty auditorium after school. Alex sat in the center stage, calm, notebook in hand. Your turn, Ethan, Alex said softly. Ethan tried to trap Alex. Locked doors, called the principal. But Alex vanished every time someone approached. It was like he existed only when people believed in him. Alex revealed his true power. He wasn't human. A spirit of every secret ever hidden in Hawthorne, feeding on fear and shame, growing stronger with each exposed truth. Ethan tried to fight, but realized the only way to survive was to confess his deepest secret voluntarily, breaking Alex's power over him. Ethan admitted his own fear, obsession with being perfect, hiding insecurities. Alex paused, slowly smiled, and vanished into thin air, leaving Ethan shaken, but alive. At first, some students tried to forget Alex. But every Friday night diner and football game, they felt as if someone was silently watching them. Maya started writing her diary again. But now she used locks and codes to keep her secrets safe. Still, pages in her notebook moved on their own, and words started appearing. I see you. Ethan decided. I can't run from this forever. A shadow now exists inside every student, carrying Alex's memory and horror. And then the school seniors made a plan, voluntarily revealing their darkest secrets, trying to render Alex powerless. But with every confession, Alex's shadow grew even stronger. Diners, football fields, even the parking lot. The town was alive with whispers. Every whispered secret, every fear, every lie, fed Alex's power. And one night, Ethan and Maya secretly planned a live confession at the homecoming dance. Lights dim, music playing. Everyone gathered. Ethan walked to the center, microphone in hand. Everyone has secrets, and secrets can destroy us if we hide them. Tonight, I confess mine. Students froze, hearts beating fast. Alex appeared. Shadowy, part human, part mist. Finally, whispered Alex. Each student spilled their secrets, their fears, their lies. Alex fed on the energy, growing, twisting reality around them. Ethan noticed Alex starting to falter. the spirit's form flickering. Because when people voluntarily reveal their truths, Alex's power balance shifts. Ethan confessed the deepest secret he never told anyone. Not even Maya. A tragic childhood accident he caused. Guilt he carried silently. Alex screamed. The sound like wind through dead trees. And then, with one final shimmer, the spirit disappeared. Hawthorne High survived, but scars remained. Students knew. Fear and paranoia are never gone. And somewhere, Alex's shadow was waiting. For the next small town. Every whisper, every secret, could bring him back. He is always watching. Always waiting. In the shadows of every small town. In the halls of every high school. No secret is ever truly safe. No fear ever truly forgotten. And somewhere, right now, he is listening.